Clearly, they were trying to have a path for both to exist. Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a good week so far. If you didn't check out my last video with some Rebel Moon Director's Cuts updates directly from Zack Snyder, you can check out the video on my channel now. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're new to the channel and if you enjoy this video. Okay, interesting topic today that I honestly didn't even see the post about it on social media on Twitter until one of my fellow YouTubers who I've collabed with several times, you may know him, Nicotina, he shared it on his channel, and then I was like, oh my god, I definitely have to talk about this because I can't believe I missed this on Twitter. I've been busy lately, but still can't believe I missed it. And so I thought it was very important to talk about on the channel for sure. So shouts out to Nicotina for making me aware of this super interesting topic. Now, this has to do with Superman Legacy, Henry Cavill's Superman, DC EU/DC Universe. I was very surprised to learn about this, but a couple of things were interesting actually. So first of all, this is coming from DC Film News, and they tweeted a couple days ago, they shared. James Gunn said when DeLuca hired him, referring to Michael DeLuca, hired him to write Superman, it was going to be separate from the DCEU, similar to The Batman from Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson's Batman. First interesting thing there to me, I didn't realize it was Michael DeLuca that had hired him to write the Superman script. Secondly, yes, now it is called Superman, not Superman Legacy. If you weren't aware of that yet, James Gunn shared that when he posted the logo of the Superman suit, his Superman suit. He mentioned that they decided to change the title to Superman, not Superman Legacy. That's interesting that it was Michael DeLuca who hired him and not one of the previous, people that were still there kind of lingering during the transition, during the merger. However, it kind of makes sense now. It kind of clears up some things about the fact that they still had Henry Cavill move forward with making an announcement after his appearance in Black Adam. At that time, Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdy were the ones that were kind of in charge of DC. They're also the ones who gave Henry Cavill the okay to do an announcement, which makes sense now why both of these things were happening simultaneously. Sometime after we found out that Henry Cavill was not going to be moving forward after all, James Gunn also shared that he had been writing a Superman script for several months already. And we're like, wait, what? But why would they have Henry Cavill make an announcement then, that he's coming back? And, obviously I'm sure James Gunn probably already had in mind that he wasn't going to use Henry Cavill, obviously. Why? Because it was supposed to be a separate universe similar to Robert Pattinson's movie, The Batman, from director Matt Reeves. And so obviously when David Zaslav then hired James Gunn and Peter Safran to co-lead for this new DC Studios, they made the announcement immediately that they're going to start off with a Superman movie, and no, it will not be Henry Cavill. I mean, wow. We could have still had both. We have continued to find things out that prove there's no reason why they couldn't have stuck with both. And Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdy were also in charge when they brought back Ben Affleck's Batman to shoot scenes for Aquaman 2, so we thought we were going to see him again in that movie, not just The Flash. Not to mention the ending that they shot with Gal Gadot, Henry Cavill, and Ben Affleck for The Flash. We didn't get to see that ending. We didn't see any of them at the end, much less all three of them. Clearly, they were trying to have a path for both to exist. The DCEU that we've had past decade, which includes the Snyderverse, and then this other universe on the side with things separate, like Matt Reeves' The Batman. The Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix is also separate. It makes sense to have a path for both. Especially because they have said, even before James Gunn and Peter Safran, they had talked about a multiverse. And then when they did come along and announce this slate, they mentioned multiverse again. So I don't understand the issue. Another interesting thing I saw today is that The Batman is also being delayed until 2026, The Batman 2, actually, the sequel. But there obviously could be several reasons for that, but this whole thing about the fact that Superman Legacy or Superman under James Gunn's Superman movie would have been a completely separate thing from Henry Cavill's movie, and it makes sense why they had him announce his return and then go on to talk about, he obviously had a good idea of what they wanted to do moving forward. Clearly, James Gunn and Peter Safran came in and were like, yeah, that's not happening. But we're still going to move forward with the Batman 2. Why can't you just keep doing, I don't know. I don't think there's really a valid reason why they couldn't just continue with both. I understand that the DCEU was in shambles, but that was the studio's fault. If they would have just let Henry Cavill continue and do the movie that he's announced his return for, it was the one thing that fans had been asking for so long for. So it would have really been a good way to kind of make up for all of that. And even though they weren't the people in charge at the time, but it would have been a good way to be like, hey, we're going to finally do what fans have been asking for all these years. And I feel like it would have been a great way for them to start off with this new leadership, and they could have gained fans' trust and support, and fans would have been happy to support both universes. I think it would have been a much better decision, not just for Henry Cavill's movie, but, you know, to provide variety in a way that is still like, hey, we're listening to the fans, and then we're also doing other stuff too. Like, it's perfectly fine to have more than one version of the character. Clearly, we got Robert Pattinson's Batman and we had Ben Affleck's Batman. Like, they can coexist. For them to come in and be like, oh yeah, we just made this big announcement that everyone is excited for, but that's not going to happen. Putting themselves in a very situation that makes it difficult for fans to really be super excited to support everything. And now when this kind of stuff comes out later on, it's like, wow, they were setting the foundation to have these different universes. Crazy how this is, you know, turned out and how we continue to find out more information. I definitely had to share that. I thought it was super interesting, and just, you know, it's pretty sad that we could have had both and enjoyed both, and what else could have come from that decision, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen, but definitely had to share it. So thank you guys for the support on the channel. Thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and check out anything else you might have missed on the channel, including the short section. But in the meantime, thank you guys, and we'll see you soon.